Do you want me to just say I told you so, or you?
According to reports, the EuroLeague is prepared to shell out a lot of cash to sign Caitlin Clark. In order to get out of the toxic league and finally get a break, they intend to make her a huge offer that might persuade her to play overseas and leave the WNBA with no stars. Now might be the perfect time to make the move and show the league who is the real MVP, since Caitlin has been compared to Angel Reese throughout the season, and even seasoned players have turned against her.
Actually, if you think about it, like, could Angel be, this is a question, right? Get us at us in the comments. Could Angel be for Reebok what Jordan was for Nike?
Some players are still dissatisfied despite the fact that she has increased player pay around the league. In a live video, Angel Reese claimed to be the best player.
He paying, I love when I do that.
Pays the bills.
He pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills.
The Caitlin Clark effect, which enables her to move to Europe and earn 10 times her WNBA pay while enjoying better treatment from the league, is something these players are used to.
You had some jealousy, not by most, not by all, but there were some people within the WNBA, players, pundits, etc., that were trying to tear her down. And so how y'all look now? See, I love how everybody trying to change the argument. My man Shannon Sharp went off about it this morning, how there were so many people getting at people like him, getting at people like me and others, trying to change the freaking narrative. When people were trying to knock her down, they were trying to bring credibility to the argument. They weren't jealous.
Rumors that Caitlin Clark, a rising star who has dominated the WNBA, may soon rank among the most paid players in the sport both domestically and internationally, are circulating across the basketball community. Her unquestionable talent and the sharp contrast between her treatment in the WNBA and the acclaim she's getting elsewhere are both highlighted by this possible move. Why is this possible transfer so important to Clark's career? It might be the pivotal moment on her journey to a league that completely acknowledges her.
Swoops all y'all other haters out there, and I'm gonna call you out, man. Because it's blatantly obvious why you're hating on the young lady.
When Caitlin Clark's WNBA team found out that she would make a large salary overseas, they became jealous and unhappy. There is a growing belief that Caitlin might be departing the WNBA, allowing her colleagues to compete for lower salaries while she enjoys financial stability elsewhere. This has caused conflict in the league because some players believe that Clark's departure would make the WNBA weaker, while others may accept her choice to go for better chances. The fact that Clark is still in the early stages of her career and may soon sign a contract that far exceeds their own frustrates a lot of players.
An intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign it.
Caitlin Clark expressed her desire to take a vacation from basketball following her NBA rookie season. She gave fans and teammates the notion that she would be completely off the court when she said she had no plans to play overseas during her sabbatical. Caitlin might have altered her mind, though, based on recent events. There are rumors that she is now thinking about playing in Europe, with the EuroLeague appearing as a viable option for her next professional transfer. The way she has been treated in the WNBA, both on and off the court, has led some to conjecture.
What's your perspective on this narrative that players of the WNBA are hating on Caitlin Clark?
It's a false narrative, Chanae, and I don't think there's any jealousy or pettiness that is fueling dirty play. Now, is the attention she's getting on the defensive end unprecedented for a rookie?
Moving from the WNBA to Europe would be a significant turning point in Clark's career after a season filled with both success and hardship, and it would indicate that she is looking for a fresh start, finding a place where she feels valued and respected, something she hasn't always experienced during her time in the WNBA, is just as important to Caitlin as basketball. She may see this as an opportunity to start over, pursue new opportunities, and showcase her skills on a global platform.
This draft class, 2024, led by Caitlin Clark, it's going to be one. It's going to be one. They're going to remember this.
Oh, yeah.
And these salaries, these women salaries.
It's going to continue to go up.
Despite her incredible achievements in the league, Caitlin Clark hasn't always gotten the credit she merits, even though she is the NBA's biggest attraction, generating record viewership and overflowing stadiums. She often finds herself in the middle of disputes with opponents and teammates. One event in particular stands out. Caitlyn got a black eye after being hit in the face by an opponent during a game.
Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye.
Did?
I did not poke you.
Did you do it on purpose?
I did not poke you in the eye.
Caitlyn's own teammates' response exacerbated the matter. Nalissa Smith could have told DJ that she was out of order for laughing about it, but instead she showed where her priorities lie. Despite these difficulties, Caitlin Clark continued to rise to the occasion. Her performance on the court remained stellar, and she didn't let the negativity around her affect her game. However, the emotional toll of dealing with such disrespect from both her teammates and the league must have weighed heavily on her. This betrayal must have felt like a slap in the face. There is no denying Caitlin Clark's enormous impact on the WNBA during her rookie season. She has been the league's biggest draw, consistently drawing the most viewers and packing arenas wherever she played, including the Indiana Fever. Perhaps this is why the idea of leaving the WNBA for a fresh start in Europe has grown more alluring to her. She is one of the most well-known personalities in women's sports, attracting sizable audiences to her games and witnessing a dramatic rise in jersey sales. Clark is still susceptible to players with hidden agendas, despite the fact that her team broke attendance records and had the largest attendance in WNBA history.
Caitlyn comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not.
But despite all of Caitlyn's contributions to the league, the WNBA hasn't always given her the respect and encouragement she merits. The league has often let envy and hatred to cloud its admiration for its top player, instead of coming together around her and acknowledging her achievements. Rumors that Clark would move to Europe, where she might gain the respect and attention she hasn't had while in the league, have been stoked by this lack of support. Unquestionably, Caitlin Clark has been the WNBA's brightest star this season, but the league and its players have shown her a startling lack of support rather than giving her the credit she merits. When you consider how she has been handled as a rookie by both her opponents and teammates, this fact becomes even more evident. When Caitlin joined the WNBA, she was full of promise, but she faced resistance at every turn rather than receiving the credit her talent deserves. She should have been unanimously selected for Rookie of the Year due to her outstanding performances, but they were severely analyzed. Many believe that her failure to win unanimously was the result of personal biases rather than a fair assessment of her basketball skills.
Clark was only one vote away from winning it unanimously, the Rookie of the Year award. Congrats on winning the Rookie of the Year award, but how is it not unanimous? I get that people don't like her, whatever the case may be, but honestly, she led rookies in every category pretty much. She took her team to the playoffs for the first time in like 10 years. She was the first ever rookie to get a triple-double.
Perhaps the most well-known figure in women's basketball today is Caitlin Clark, whose unrivaled talent, perseverance, and capacity to draw sizable audiences have revolutionized the sport. Despite all of this, she has had to cope with disrespect from people around her and the weight of the WNBA. Envy over her achievements seems to be the driving force for the hostility she has encountered from other players and even from her own team.
Noise.
You're not entirely accurate with what you just said. What we said was there was noise out there. When we pointed that out, we said why. What was the necessity for it? Because a rising tide lifts.
You don't even. Yo, I'm living beyond my means. It's like, no, my rent is more than that. It's 8,000. I'm living beyond.
Clearly, the WNBA hasn't done enough to protect. It's the fact that the EuroLeague is interested in Caitlin shows that they appreciate her considerably more than her local league does. If the move is successful, Caitlin might be playing in Europe for a wage that is much higher than what she is now making in the WNBA. In fact, there are whispers that her EuroLeague contract might be worth up to 10 times what many of her WNBA counterparts are paid. Caitlin and the WNBA have both suffered as a result of this mistake.
We're literally the best player in this,
Right, because I think you can be the best player and not be the most dominant.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because I don't have it in front of me, but I wasn't the leading.
At the end of the day, we were making the point, do you want to promote the league or not? And people like Andrea and others were resistant to that playing a role in somebody making the roster for Team USA. And we were saying, hell with that. You want to promote the sport. You put that girl up in there. And people were appalled at that notion.
It's beyond my understanding, but Caitlin Clark really deserves this. She has worked hard to advance women's basketball, so it makes perfect sense for her to search for possibilities elsewhere if the WNBA isn't going to give her the respect and money she has earned. Caitlin seems to have both the financial stability and the chance to continue growing as a player in the EuroLeague, away from the poisonous environment she has experienced in the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark's the most valuable, most important person in the WNBA this year and should have been unanimous rookie.